Hi, I'm Karen Stever with the Griffin GGS Pro Technical Services Group, and I'm here today to discuss calcium deficiency with you during this short webinar. We'll look at some of the different disorders that calcium deficiency causes and how to prevent and correct this deficiency. So ornamental kale is very subject to calcium deficiency, and it shows up as these desiccated leaf margins. The tissue at the edge dies from lack of calcium. It doesn't expand, and it sometimes keeps the rest of the plant from expanding normally as well. In kale and lettuce, we see that same effect here. Tip burn near the center of the plant, the newly unfolding tissue, is where calcium deficiency typically shows up. Leaf distortion is really common in zinnias. In the greenhouse, you see the distorted tips there, curled up, browning at the edges of this zinnia. That's really problematic in the greenhouse. Zinnias already have enough issue trapping water in those growth tips, often leads to botrytis. It's even worse when you get a calcium deficiency like shown here. So here, calcium deficiency, we see in a winter cyclamen crop and in ageratum in a spring crop. Both are showing the leaves cupped up, but some plants may show downward cupping or twisting. Like in the zinnia, we saw a little twist to those leaves. But general symptoms are distortion of the leaf margins and death of the cells at the edges of those leaf margins. Root growth can also be inhibited, leading to shortened and thickened roots, and stems can be weakened by lack of calcium. We see that commonly in poinsettias and chrysanthemums, or sometimes in bloom stems on other flowers that just collapse as the flower is developing. That can be a calcium deficiency as well. All kinds of crops can be affected by calcium deficiency. On the left, we see snapdragons. In the middle of rudbeckia. On the right, blooms collapsing due to lack of calcium. In fruit and vegetable crops, calcium deficiency causes blossom end rot in the developing fruit. And in apples, bitter pit, spotting, and other disorders are also caused by calcium deficiency. I think you get the picture. Plants need an ample supply of calcium. Plants can't always take up the calcium that's presented at their roots. There's no active transport mechanism for calcium in plants. The calcium can only move through the plants with the water. So to increase the uptake of calcium through the roots, it's necessary to increase the water usage of the plant. So more airflow, better air exchange to reduce the humidity, and increase light are positive steps to increase the water and the calcium uptake in plants. So we talked about improving the water uptake, the transpiration. I'd also like to say that many of our fertilizers that we use do not contain any calcium. So most of our most common fertilizers don't. So you do need to feed a calcium fertilizer regularly, 15-0-15 with 11% calcium. It's one of our most commonly used calcium sources. Since calcium uptake through the roots can be difficult, calcium can also be applied as a foliar spray, and it will go directly into the plant tissue. A spreader adjuvant can be used, such as capsule. That'll further improve the uptake. And this combination, really for susceptible tissues like poinsettia bracts, there is no better prevention, no better way to get calcium to that tissue than to do that foliar spray. Foliage itself can grow out of a calcium deficiency, but prevention is the only way to go when you're talking about poinsettia bracts, flowers, and getting fruit to the finish line. You need an ample supply of calcium. So thanks for your time today. I hope you found something useful in this short webinar. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please let me know. You can reach me by email or by telephone at the contact information shown here. Thanks and have a great day.